see your faces as much as I would love to, but welcome, and hopefully we can meet out in the real world at some point. But today I was speaking a little bit before class about liberation and freedom. So when we think about yoga, there's this sort of underlying obligation, for lack of a better word, that you should follow me in everything I do, in my pose. I'm the teacher, you do what I say. But I want you to take it a different angle, as this is the power, or the freedom from and the freedom to. So you have a freedom from anything in your life or anything in this class to do something else that you would rather do. So if I'm saying let's get into Warrior 2 or do some high planks and then core work, and you're like, I choose to not do that. That's your freedom of choice to do so. So I actually ask you to honor that at any time. My classes can be a little bit more of a cardio, so it's just part of my nature, and that's just something I strive to work on too, is to slow down a little bit. So with that, we'll take about the first 2 minutes to focus on our breath. You guys are in a great seated position. Feel free to stay there, or if you'd rather come to your back, that's fine too, because we will end up on our back after this meditation of just focusing on our breath. And with that, you can put your hands, palms down for more grounding, if that feels okay, or you can keep them up for more receiving. And I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. If not, find something to focus on in front of you, maybe just a soft gaze. And then allow the breath to enter through your nose, just the coolness of the breath, softening between the brow, and feeling your spine lift, and feel the vertebrae, the space between them extend and expand, and your collarbone expand. And then see if you can sip in just a little bit more air, and then pause that space, and then exhale, release and surrender the sits bones and your body just a little bit softer to the floor. And so we'll continue with that. As you breathe in, know that you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, know that you're breathing out. And allow that breath to enter and soften the mind. And know that it's that one tool that you have with you at all times, even outside of this class, that keeps you, that can lower your nervous system and keep you calm, where when you respond, it's maybe with a little bit more space, a little bit more presence. And when you breathe in, see if you can really fire it up, and then on that exhale, allow it to be a little bit longer. Just let it linger. See if you can start to lengthen in the spine a little bit more. The belly engages, so you feel strong in your pose. You feel powerful. But you can find that stillness. You'll appreciate the stillness. And always feel free to come to it at any point. Slowly begin to open your eyes. And just lift those shoulders up towards your ears, breath in, and then rotate them back around. Do that a few more times, just lifting and rotating. Yeah, you didn't have to get with them. I was just doing it because they were still in the seated. Just slowly start to rotate, massaging the shoulder blades back. And then come on to your back now. So you're going to bring the soles of your feet together, and then lower down. And just feel the connection of the shoulder blades and your full back and the lower spine on the mat, and then start to bring your knees in, or your heels in just a little bit more. Soles of the feet together. And then bring your hands behind your head. You can interlace them. And we're gonna start off with some core work here. So you're going to start to lift the shoulders and the elbows and the head and see if you can really engage the core. Keep the hips down, keep the feet down, and then exhale, lower. 3 more times. One more. This time you're going to lift the heels and you're going to bring your elbows towards each other and then lower the heels and then lower the head. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Move as fast or as slow as you want for the count of 10. Nothing like starting a class out with some core work. About halfway through. It's always better with music, you know. It kind of keeps your mind off it. But today we get to focus on the breath. 2 more. We're not done yet. And now we're going to bring ourselves into clam. So the knees are going to come in, elbows are going to come in like a little acorn. And then back out. And in. For 10. 5. 2. And 1. Bring the knees out, or bring the knees up to 90 degrees. So your feet are going to come apart. Ankles are going to be flexed, 90-degree angle. You're going to bring your hands to the tops of the knees. And then you're going to tap the left toes to the floor and then back up and the right. And as you do that, you can lift the shoulders and the head or keep them down. 10 each side. Three, 2, and 1. Hands behind the head again, and now bicycle, opposite elbow to opposite knee for 10. And 1. Hug the knees into the chest. Plant the feet to the mat. You can already start to feel I'm out of breath with this mask on. Coming into bridge pose, lift those hips up. Keep those palms beside you where you can almost tickle the backs of your heels, so you can even bring your heels in if you like a little bit more. Then exhale, undulate the spine, lowering it down to the floor, and then inhale back up. And then you can start to pulse so you don't bring the hips all the way to the floor, and lift up and up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep those hips lifted. Then you're going to bring your right knee in towards your chest. Flex the ankle. Lift those hips higher. And then bring the right foot towards the floor and then lift it up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4. And then go ahead, lower the right foot to the floor, lower your hips down. Take a breath in and exhale, let it go. 1 more breath in and let it out. Lift those hips again. Let's do the other side. Right knee comes up almost towards your nose, and then tap it to the floor. And one thing I forgot on the other side is you can actually lower your hips as you lower your toes and then lift the hips. I think I just had us keep the hips lifted. So you have options there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees into your chest as you lower the hips to the floor. Gently rock side to side, just massaging the lower back. Feel free and happy that we our ab workout done at the first of class. Cross, tap forward and back, just rocking back and forth, eventually making yourself into tabletop position. And park your shoulders over your wrists. And at any time, just take a moment and just look at your hands and make them look as big like starfish as you can. So you've got the most point of contact with those fingertips and the palms. And then your hips are just directly over your knees. And just feel this moment, lengthen in the spine. And now we're going to bring the right leg out and in and up and in. And just continue with your breath. As you breathe in, you lift up, exhale down, inhale up, down, lift. 3 more. Really engage your glutes. And then hold that knee down. And then let's lift it one more time, actually, and then bring that right leg through to the outer edge of the right foot. You're going to sink down, and then you're going to reach your arms up and bring that foot and then lengthen in that front leg. And on your exhale, you're just going to sweep back and lift up and back. And on this one, as you lift up, breathe in, exhale, hold, and then just drop your hands and then reach back up. Like you're just grabbing and you're sweeping them up, and then you're cactusing, and then just drop them down, and then let your heart open in that slight back bend. Continue, inhale, and then lengthen on your exhale, cactus, and drop. And one more time, up and back and down. Then with that with the back knee on the floor and the right knee bent, you're just going to slowly bring that right leg behind. And then you're going to reach your arms up. And then you're going to bring your right hand to your shin, left bicep to ear. And then sweep that left fingertips towards the floor as the right bicep comes up. And then exhale, sweep. And lower, right hand down. One more time. And then go ahead, sweep both hands all the way to the mat. Tuck those right toes back. And then lift the left leg up. Bend and stack. So that left heel is going to come towards your bottom, and that right and the left knee is going to come up towards the sky. Square your shoulders. Melt the right heel towards the floor. And then with that right hip, open it up in big circular motions. You can do it forward 3 times, and then opposite direction 3 times. Lowering that, or straightening that left leg back up to the sky, and then lower it down. Downward facing dog. Then go ahead and undulate the spine all the way to high plank. Bring the knees down. Bend the elbows and come all the way down to your belly. And then just massage the lower hip bones. Just take a moment here and then come into cobra. Just maybe modified cobra or full cobra. Lifting your heart, bringing the shoulder blades together. You can keep a bend, or you can come into full cobra. And then gently exhale. Tuck the toes, come into high plank, downward facing dog. Then come back into your tabletop position. We'll do the other side, parking the shoulders over the wrists. Again, just maintaining the integrity of those hands. And then we'll go ahead and then lift the left knee, keeping the ankle flexed, lifting up and then down and then up and down. Move with your breath. Three more. And then slowly lift that left knee up and then bring it outside of that left foot or left hand. Pelvis comes forward, arms come forward, then lift up, lengthening in that front leg. Exhale, cactus, drop the arms, and continue. Breath in, lift pelvis forward, exhale, cactus, and drop the hands. 3 more times. One more as you lift up. Exhale, plant your hands down, and then bring that left hand inside of the left foot. Bring the left leg back, coming into what they call either gate or modified plank. Left fingertips reach up, hand comes up and over, reach the left leg, and then back in and out. Elbow to knee to touch. 2 more. Slowly rotate that left hand back down. Tuck the left toes. Come into 3-legged dog with that right leg lifted. Bend and stack. Lower that left heel towards the floor. Keep flexing in that right ankle. And then rotate big circular motions through the hip, breathing into the hip. 3 times forward. Pausing after the 3rd rotation, and then opposite direction. And then extend that right leg straight back up to the skies. Lower both feet to the mat. Take 3 breaths here. You can make this a nice resting pose. You can come into child's pose, or you can really power it up here and start to pedal the feet, charging up the backs of the legs. Melt the heart towards the floor. Then on your next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look between your hands, step, hop, jump, however you want to get to the front of your mat. Keep your feet about hip width apart. Halfway lift, hands can come to your shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, cactus, and then drop the hands down. Inhale, reach, sweep up, cactus, and drop. 2 more. 1 more. And drop. Come into your chair. Hold here. And then brush your hands back. Lengthen in the legs. Lift up. Exhale. You can challenge yourself here by coming up onto your heels and then lower. 2 more. 1 more. Slowly lower all the way, hands to the floor. Halfway lift. Step back to a high plank or move through your vinyasa. I don't typically do the full vinyasa because my shoulders have been hurting, so I do a plank and then I come into down dog. Lift the right leg up and then right knee to tricep. Back up, right knee to nose. See if you can kiss your knee. Lift it back up. Right knee to left tricep. Rise up. Back to your nose. Hold here. Step your right foot through. Back heel down. Sweep your arms up, warrior 1. Exhale, cactus, and drop. And then just let it shake it out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus, and drop. 2 more. Drop. And drop. 1 more time. You lift up. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring your feet, right foot or left foot forward. Sink into your chair. Lift the heels this time. And pulse. Another fun thing you can try to do is just drop the left heel down, lift the right, And then see if you can pulse with one leg. For 3, 2, 1. Lower both feet down, reach the arms up. Swan dive, exhale, forward fold, hinging from your hips. Move through your vinyasa or stay in high plank with me for a count of 2, 1, downward facing dog. Once we're in down dog, take a breath in and lift that left leg up. Left knee to left tricep. Lift up and to nose. Back up. To right tricep. Lift up. Bring it into the nose. Hold it here. Look between your hands. Can you lift your hips higher, thigh to belly, charging it up, and then plant your left foot through. Back heel down. Sweep your arms up. Cactus. Drop the hands. Shake it out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop. And cactus down. Lift. Cactus and drop. 2 more. Reach the arms up, palms together. Back heel lifts, come into your chair, wide-legged. Sink into your seat, lift your hips, pulse. And then if you want, drop that right heel down, lift the left, and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the left foot down, reach those arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift, vinyasa. Meeting me in downward facing dog. We're going to reach the right leg up and we're going to add on a little bit. So right leg lifts. Exhale to tricep. Back up to your nose. Try to keep the belly in. Lift and then to the left. Reach back up. Into the nose. Hold it here. Plant that right foot through. Back heel down. Arms reach up. Woohoo. Sink down. Hold here. Now you're going to bring your right arm to the left. Reach the left fingertips up and over, bicep to ear. Sink a little bit lower. I'll be facing away from you from this first time, but it's pretty. I'll cue you. So as you sink down into that front knee, you're going to bring the right arm underneath the left, hug, coming in with the elbow like eagle arms. Sink down into your goddess. You're going to rotate big circular motions, one direction and then the other. Unwind, coming into your warrior 2, sink down and reverse. As you're in your reverse, really sink here. Bring that right or that left arm through like giving yourself a high five. And then rotate into side angle. Right arm comes to knee, left hand to bicep, left arm to bicep. And then do that a little bit more. Rotating, high five. Exhale, side angle. One more time. Come back into your side angle. You can stay here, or you can sink a little lower. You can come into a bind. Maybe bring the right arm down. Left arm comes behind. Open the chest. And then if you want, birds of paradise if it's in your practice. Bringing that left leg through to the front of the mat. And then the right leg lifts. And it's okay if you fall out the first time or the second or the 10th. Every day is a new day. Find that focal point. Slowly begin to lower back down, pressing the right toes into the floor. Left leg comes back into your warrior stance. Plant that right palm down. Left fingertips reach up. Fold it down in front, coming into lizard. Back heel lifts. Sink down into your seat. And now you're going to bring that back knee to the mat. half splits. And with that left hand, you're going to reach it up. And as you, let's see, how did that work? Reach it up, bending in that front knee, reach the left hand back. And then on your half splits, sweep the left arm to the right toes. Yeah. Sweep it back and forward. Two more times. And one more. Lower both hands to the front. Tuck the left toes, lift the knee, back heel and right, or the right leg goes up. Lower down with that right foot, pedal it out. Lift the heels, bend the knees, front of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up. Sink into your chair. Hands come down, and then brush them back. Lift up, lengthen in the legs. Exhale, down. Lift, and down. And lift, and down. One more time, lift up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Move through your vinyasa, stay in high plank. To downward facing dog. Three breaths here. Again, feel the power or find some peace. Lift the left leg. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Reach it up into your nose. Back up to your right tricep. And lift it, three-legged dog. Bring it into your nose, left knee comes through, and then bring the left foot through all the way to warrior one. Arms reach up. Exhale, drop. And lift. And cactus and drop. One more time as we lift and cactus. This time the left arm comes behind to the right. Right arm reaches up and over. Find that full body stretch. Really breathing into the obliques. And then slowly bring that left arm underneath the right, coming into eagle, twisting. Palms come together, goddess pose. Again, sweeping up, big circles, and down. And up, and down. Pausing at the top, rotating it in the other direction. Unwind, warrior two. Hold here, and then reverse. As you do, bring that right hand, press it to the front. Exhale, side angle, or just sweep the left arm back, right arm forward. And then again, high five, and sweep, and high five. One more time, sweep it down, coming into your side angle here. So again, left hand can come to the knee. You can bring it down, come into a bind if you like. And you don't really have to do into one side as you do into the other. It is a fun practice, but we don't often have to do that. It's a freedom of choice. Lifting, coming into your birds of paradise if you like. Slowly coming back down. Pressing that right foot back. Both hands release. Come into your lizard. Back heel lifts. And then that back knee comes to the mat. You're going to reach the left hand back. And then lengthen that left foot as you tap the toes. Or maybe it's the other hand. Let's try that instead. And tap. And lift up. Slowly tap down. Bring both, let's do one more time as you reach that right arm through. Then go ahead, sweep it down to match the left. Tuck the right toes, lift the knee. Three-legged dog with your left leg. Plant both feet to the mat. And then walk your hands back to your toes. Rise up. Sink into your chair. Lift up, tippy toes. And sink into your chair. Maybe keep the heels lifted and pulse. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the left heel, lift the right knee just slightly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair. And then plant the right heel, right sole, then lift the left. And then just go ahead, reach up, exhale, hands to heart, and shake it out. And now I'll go ahead and face you guys for this. We're going to bring the right knee up. You can bring your hands to your hips. If you have balance issues, you can try to hold your earlobes. They say that helps. I think it does. So you're going to rotate that right leg. Big circular motions. Pause after that third. Rotate it in the opposite direction. Keeping it lifted and then pressing it back to warrior 3. 5 breaths here. Arms can come forward. That's probably the most challenging. You can bring them to your heart or you can airplane them back. And now with that right leg lifted, you're going to just, with your left hand, you're just going to tap the back of your foot. So you're going to high five your foot. So tap and warrior 3 and tap. Warrior 3 for 3, 2, and 1. And lift it up, extend it out, and then lower it down and shake it. Lots of high fives today. There's this lady on Instagram, that's her new thing, is high five yourself in the morning in the mirror. You seen her? You guys know? Okay. That's her, and I think it's kind of cool. You know, if you're going to high five somebody, you should high five yourself every morning. Start your day off that way. We're going to lift the left knee up, keep the ankle flexed if you like, and then rotate it. Big circular motions, hips, hands on hips, whatever you feel is most comfortable. Pausing after the third, rotate it opposite direction 3 times, and then push it back, warrior 3. For 5 breaths. Remember, you can bring your hands back, out, heart forward, whatever you choose to do. Just remember that eventually that right hand is going to tap the left foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both feet to the mat. Forward fold, wide-legged. And then you're going to bring your arms together, opposite hand to opposite elbow. And you're just going to sway back and forth, left to right, not back and forth. And then slowly, you're going to come all the way up, big circle, and rotate it back down, like a big Ferris wheel. Then do it the other way. Slowly come down after that third rotation, opposite side. Plant your hands to the mat, toes out, heels in. Sink into your malasana. And then lift up. And this is where it gets challenging. You can always stay malasana. You can come into crow if you like. But we're going to do this for 5. And up. And 4. And you don't even have to go all the way down. You can even go halfway. You're going to use all different muscles, so it's all good. On this last one, I think, you're going to come down, and you're going to open your arms up and just start to pedal it out. Start to bring the one knee. If you want, keep those arms lifted and rise up. Oh my goodness. Sink into your chair, wide-legged chair. And then you're going to open your arms up and lift the right leg, lower down, and then the opposite leg, and down. All right, come back into your star pose, reach the arms up. On your exhale, you're going to slowly bend in the knees, sweep down, and rise. Like you're drawing these imaginary circles. This is the last one. Come all the way up. Hands to heart, toes out. Sink into your seat. Your left arm is going to come in front, your right and back, and you're going to reach up and down. So opposite hand comes to the front after you bend your knees. And now, you're going to reach your arms up. You're going to bring your left hand to your right ankle, and then lift up, and then the right hand to the left ankle, and up. Two more. One more each side. Come all the way through, and then bring your hands out to a warrior stance. Shift your left fingertips forward, like that little teapot. Drop down, right arm reaches up, and then I used to call it the hands of a clock, but I kind of like guitar pose better. So you're strumming a guitar. You're going to rotate, you're going to strum forward. 1, 2, 3. Move into that hip, into that shoulder, and then opposite for 1. You can just imagine yourself on the stage. 2, 3. On that final rotation, rotate it all the way to your reverse triangle. And then you're going to come into half moon. Left hand comes through, guide it. Lift the right leg. Reach the right fingertips up. Imagine that right toe, foot is pressing into that back wall. Open the pelvis, find space. And then this is a good challenge here. You can try to bring your left hand to your heart for poet's pose. Or you can bring your left hand down, come into sugar cane with your right hand to your right foot. Slowly begin to release. Bring both hands to the mat, standing splits. And then that right foot is going to come behind, curtsy for 2 and 1. And lower that right foot to the floor. Pedal it out. Rise up. Come into your mountain pose. Take a moment. Maybe shake it out if you like. Get your breath back. And then we'll come into, however we want to get there, we're going to come back into, with the left leg back, into your warrior 1 position. And then you're going to straighten that front leg. Both hands come out to a T, and you're going to come back into that pyramid pose, triangle pose, with the right hand to the right leg. Left fingertips reach up. Imagine you're between a single pane of glass. Try to stay as in one line. And then rotate that top arm forward, strumming that guitar for 3, 2, 1. Reaching it to the top. Pause and then rotate it. You're going to do it 4 times this time. So you're going to rotate it 4, 3, 2. On that final one, you're going to rotate it all the way back. Reverse. Triangle, left hand comes down, right fingertips reach up. On your exhale, come into your to your half moon. Right fingertips to the floor, left hand up. Try to find a soft front, strong back, and then see if you can do that same thing if you want. Maybe just play around with it. A lot of this comes from muscle memory. You do it enough, it starts to stick. and sometimes you can do it a million times and you fall. Two more breaths. Release wherever you are with both hands to the mat, standing splits with the left leg lifted. And then bring the left knee behind the right, curtsy for 2, lift it up, and 1, lift it up. And then step that left leg back, and then the right leg back. High plank here. Downward facing dog. And then you're going to start to lower the left forearm to the floor. Keep that right arm lengthened and then bring it out to a tent to the corner of your mat. Try to melt your left foot into the mat and then reach the right leg up. Open it up here. Bend it. And then on your exhale, see if you can just tap your knee over to the left elbow. It's not going to reach. And then reach it back up. Bend the knee over to where almost like you can see the back of the toes. And then go ahead, one more time. Bend and stack. Lengthen the right leg, and then bring both hands to a wide-legged downward facing dog. Come all the way through high plank, drop your pelvis, lift your heart and your face. Exhale, wide-legged downward facing dog. These are called Hindu push-ups. And they say if you do 21 of these every day, along with these other 4 movements, you'll live longer. All right, come back into your wide-legged downward facing dog. Bring your feet slightly together again, like you're in your normal position. And then bring that right forearm to the floor. Bring the left hand out to a T to the corner of the mat. Lift the left leg up, melt the right toes down, and then bend in that left knee, open up the pelvis and the heart, and then exhale, bend that left knee towards the right arm, and swing it back. Lift that left leg up, straighten it, and then bring both forearms to the floor. Lower both feet down, and then walk yourself into dolphin, lifting the hips. Pulse the heels up and down. Lift the forearms, coming into a really short downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your toes. Gently rise up. Hands to your heart. Lift the left leg. Do that big circular rotation once, and then a back around. And as you come it back around, you're going to bring it into figure 4. You're going to keep that left ankle flexed. And here's your options. You can sink down. You can bring your hands out to a T. You can lower down all the way, forward fold with the figure 4, left knee bent, resting on the top of the right thigh. There's options here to also come into a flying pigeon pose, or you could come into a grasshopper, but those are a little more advanced, but they're fun if you want to look them up. And then hands to heart, and then hook the left elbow over to the left sole. Slowly release the tricep from the left sole, rise up, and then come into tree pose with the left sole of the foot inside of the right. You can cactus your arms, you can shake it out, or you can just come into prayer. Slowly begin to reach that left knee through, and then bring it down. Pedal it out. I'll face you guys this time. Let's do the other side. Right knee lifts. Rotate it one big circle around. Opposite around, cross it over, figure 4. Sink down. So I'll show you the flying pigeon pose. I think I can do it on this side. There's one side that it just doesn't work, but I'll try to see if I can do it. And if I fall, well, so be it. You can bring your arms out to a T and stay here if you like. And I'll come this way. And you bring your arms down. And then you sink into where you hook your right foot outside of the left tricep and drop. And then gaze down to the floor. And then lift that left leg up. So that's flying pigeon. You bring the arms back out. And then if you want, you can hook right elbow, right tricep over into the right sole of the foot. Slowly begin to lift back up. And then bring that right sole of the foot into the left inner thigh. Tree pose, other side. Slowly begin to bring it back out. Lower it down, pedal it out. And then we'll come in with our heels lifted. You'll be happy about this one. Sink down into your chair. Open the knees out and back in and out, and then slowly lower all the way down. Hands come to the floor and then the bottom. And then you're going to bring your legs out wide. You're going to bring your right hand to your right shin and then sweep the left fingertips over to the right toes. Try to lift the heart like it's aiming towards the sun. And then both hands sweep up. So you use your core for that, and then go over to the other side. Use your core to sweep, and then back to the right. And then back up, and then over to the left. Come back through this time. Stay here. Cactus your arms. Drop your hands down. Bring the legs in slightly. You can lift up, or you can bring your knees in and then lift. It's like a wide-legged tabletop. We'll do that 2 more times. This time, left hand plants, right arm lifts. Lower down, hips to the floor, bottom to the floor. Right hand comes to the mat, and then lift up. Exhale, lower. And then bring both feet out in front. Hug the left knee into our sole of the foot in. Hug the knee in toward the chest. And then walk it out to the outer edge of the right. And then with your left hand or right arm, you're going to reach it up. And then you're going to bring your left hand back around, plant the left hand to the floor. The right elbow is going to come out to the outer edge of the left leg. And then lengthen in the back, and then twist and look over your left shoulder. We'll do that as we go to the opposite side. Reach the right arm up, and then bring it around, plant it behind. And before you reach the left arm up, plant that right, and then lift. And then bring it out inside the left leg and twist. Reach the left arm up. Exhale, both hands to the sides, and then figure 4, seated. Right toes are pressing towards you. Ankle is flexed. Keeping that left ankle on top of the right knee. And then gently fold. You don't have to go all the way. Just start to journey your fingertips forward. And then walk your hands back towards your hips, bending in the right knee. So now you've got your knee bent, your left ankle on top of the knee, and then lift up into your tabletop position. reverse tabletop. I'm sorry about that. And then lower your hips down. Both soles of the feet to the mat. And then let's do the other side, lengthening in the right leg, left leg. Bring the right leg over, hug it in towards your chest. And then with the left arm, plant it behind, reach the right arm up, and then twist it inside of the right leg, gazing over your left shoulder. Reach the right arm, extend it all the way to the sky, sweep it around, bring the left arm up, and twist, hugging to the outer edge of the right leg. Gaze over. Lengthen in the back. Then now bring your left arm up. Bring it back beside, both hands to the edge of the mat. Go ahead and bring that right ankle on top of the left. Flexing both feet, lowering down, and allowing your nose to melt towards your knee. And then go ahead, start to lift your heart, walk your hands towards your hips, bending in the left knee, hugging the right ankle inward, and then plant your hands behind, coming into your reverse tabletop. Slowly lower the hips down, and then bring that right leg, plant it to the floor. Bring those toes to the mat, heels lift up, engage the core, lengthen in the back, and lift and let the belly button come towards the spine. Reach your arms up. On your exhale, you're just going to slowly lower down. Try to keep those toes glued to the mat on your exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms reach up and over. 2 more times. Breath in, charge it up. Exhale, rise. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms reach up. Biceps towards your ears. Breath in. Exhale, lift. Stay here. Lift those heels. Maybe you can bring your hands behind your thighs. Maybe you can lift the legs up. Arms come out. And boat pose for 5. Lift. 4. Lift. 3, 2, 1. Low boat, flutter kick. Ooh, I almost lost my balance. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Hug those knees into the chest. Happy baby. Hands to edges of the pinky side toes of your feet. Maybe extend the right leg out and then the left leg out. Feel your back like a blanket on the earth, just feeling the shoulder blades connect, the lower back, your sacrum. Lower both soles of the feet to the floor. Let your hands fall beside you. And if you'd like to do one more, just reverse or bridge pose. It's in your practice. You know, you can always end with a bridge or a wheel. Or come just straight into Savasana. If you want to do your little bridges, we'll do 2 more, lifting the hips up and down. One more time, lift up. Exhale down. Extend the right leg straight towards the corner of your mat, then the left leg straight. Take a deep breath in. Know that you're breathing in. Exhale and know that you're breathing out. You can go ahead and take rest in your final pose of Savasana. And enjoy the stillness and the silence. Allow your body to release that breath, letting a long exhale occur, and then breathing in, starting to awaken the body, allowing the feet to start to wiggle first, and then moving up towards your limbs, moving your knees, and then shaking and letting your pelvis move, and then your shoulders, and then let your elbow or your wrists start to kind of move in little figure eights. Opening your hands really brightly and then bringing them into fists, bending the wrists back and forth, and you can continue to open the hands and then fist as you open your wrists back and forth. Then reach your arms up and over your head. Interlace your hands, bring the palms away, biceps towards your ears, and then let the left leg lift up and then pull it like somebody's gently pulling it away, and then the right leg lift it up and then pull it away like you're being just gently tugged in opposite directions, finding space again between each vertebrae and the side body, lengthening in the limbs. Taking one breath in, and on your exhale, releasing the hands, bringing yourself into a nice seed pose, folding over to your right. Let the knees just lay, the left knee lay on top of the right, folding over to your right side. Coming into seed pose, which is a pose of new beginnings where we can practice the yoga off the mat and in the real world. When you're ready, coming into a nice, easy seated pose, maybe keeping your gaze closed or that soft point somewhere about 3 feet in front of you. And just taking a moment to be present in your body, to be present in this space, giving yourself gratitude for this opportunity to be at this library to offer these wonderful this practice with community. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Monday. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be at ease. Blessings. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.